Here's my New Year's Eve replay analysis, and this game is a bit different. Doesn't have White Card, has Fariko.Liquid and Fairy Princess, which is Loho's account where he plays beta. Which I think is a good thing to practice some beta, especially if you're practicing beta versus Go. Since beta is quite a bit favored against Go in its current state, and in fact I think I mean, obviously it's never gonna happen, but I think if the game balancing was on point, there would be some changes done to beta. And I think the main problem is Stratus. I think when you get Stratus out and it has that ability, like that's the change I would make right now. Tiny change. You just basically remove the Stratus ability to deploy those tracking devices, so they can't see up hills, or well, they can still see up hills, so they can see in the brush, or uphill in certain locations where Stratus, where you split to two mothers, and Stratus in one location and your mothers in two locations. Otherwise, as it is right now, even getting to two mothers sort of doesn't save you, because Stratus simply deploys his thing on one mother and then it flies over the second mother. So the Stratus is overpowered right now. And Fariko does something a bit weird, I think. I mean, well, it's not weird, it used to be standard, but it doesn't work anymore, I think. But then again, Loho isn't really Dot Dash or Mista. Those players are full-time beta players. They're solid. So he does for the one protein rush. I suppose it's worth a try, but you cannot really afford a delay like this. Like he sort of baited here for a bit. I'm not digging this passage. I think when you're passing through the middle, you have to include all the spigots, so you have big bank. I mean, when you rush and you don't really know how long you're gonna be spending on spigots, maybe you have to be chasing the units. Oh wow, what is going on? He's going for this spigot, which this spigot serves really no purpose whatsoever, because whatever you can accomplish with this spigot, you can accomplish with the spigots in the middle. If you want to be doing this, and if you want to be picking up bank, first of all, you have to start planning right away a passage that would go through the middle here. And if you elect to, like for example, you have to avoid some kind of force that Loho is sending through the middle, which if you go on protein first is, well, basically no, forget it. If you're going protein first, you have to go through the middle here. You have to pick up those 3 spigots. And for example, you made a mistake, you misclicked and you sent here first. Then okay, you go to middle and you pick up all the spigots in the middle. You don't go for the spigot. The spigot, if there was no water here, fine, he can climb down. But because there is water here, the spigot is just bad to pick up. Alright, so he went for 2 proteins, and now he's waiting also. Don't wait, never wait, you cannot afford to wait. The more you wait, the more units you build. The whole strength of the rush is to do it as soon as possible. Striders. Striders are good in this particular situation. I think you need throwers. Well, maybe striders, like for example, if you send your mother, they might work. Striders might work. If you send your mother in front to kill them, and they sort of have to stutter step to get out of the way of the mother, and you shoot at them with striders who have slightly longer range, that might work. But you have to ignore this, like wall damage is irrelevant. A lot of good players are afraid of walls, but wall is just one commander doing damage, and when it comes to your mother, that doesn't matter. They're not gonna do enough damage to your mother to make a significant difference. And you're going for a killing blow here, not some kind of harassment. Trigger. Oh no, he's pulling out. That is just, why? Don't do it. Come in. If you're going all in, come in to going all in. You cannot go all in halfway. the whole strength behind that. There are two strengths behind going protein. First, there are two ways you can use it. Like it used to be that the beta player would stream their units into your mother. Like beta players would think, oh, I have to do harassment right away or I will die. But then realize soon that it's not worth it. And why it worked when they were streaming the units is because obviously protein or single drover morph is good enough at picking off commandos one by one. But if commandos are batched up together like this, your single protein won't do anything. So I think after that dash actually, like he was the guy who stopped doing that. He was the guy who like, oh, let's hang back into the base. I go out and I harass their mother. If they spawn a protein, I'm gonna pull back and I'm gonna sit in my base and wait till I have enough units together that can deal with single proteins. So that's what changed the single protein build. That it's not useful at all now, because good players basically, not good beta players basically, realize that they don't have to attack all the time. That they can be slightly patient. Yes, and the other way you're gonna use a single protein spawn is if you commit it to an all-in, like Fariko here is doing, Liquid here is doing. But he didn't take his mother. That's the strength of it. The strength of it is a support for the mother. The mother goes and stands on the extractor, and it ignores whatever. I mean, it can endure the tower hit. That's fine. You basically shut down their production, and you have this single protein spawn or double protein spawn of units, whatever units. And mother is very strong. It has a lot of HP, so it can endure for a while. But that's the strength of any kind of rush: large protein rush, small protein rush, radiant rush, something like that. It's always the strength behind it is always the mother. So by doing something like that and then not committing with the mother is a mistake. You have to commit with the mother, and you have no other options. That's like what we discussed in the previous replay. Even if your chances are bad, you have to. You don't ignore strategies just because it's a bad strategy. You compare your options and you choose the options that has highest win rate percentage. Like for example, in this situation, Fariko went here and he saw towers and he was like, can't defeat the towers. That like, okay, well, not can't defeat the tower, like have very small chance to defeat the towers. So he has to consider, like for example, he wins 20% of the time when he engages the towers. So he has to compare it with how many times does he win when he pulls back like this, and this would be 0%. 20% is better than 0%. So, even if you win just 1 in 5, you still win sometimes. So you have to compare all the options, not just judge every single option individually, good or bad. I don't get that at all. Strider's just not good unit against commanders, and Fariko should really know that. It just puzzles me, honestly. Well, I think that's good enough. I mean, I talked about some mistakes, so on to the next one, I suppose.